I often mention my brother-in-law, Don Javier, the shaman. And somebody, now I call him Don Javier, but somebody messaged me last week on Instagram and said, does he have a Facebook page or something? No, he's a real shaman. Shamans are literally not anywhere in the masses. And a real shaman, that is. I mean, you would never find a shaman, for example, the Amazon, who's a shaman coming up and saying, I want to move to New York because I want to create an Instagram following. Or no, it doesn't happen that way. There's some guy on YouTube that calls himself Don Javier. I've never looked. I don't know who it is. Has nothing to do with me. But I want to point out that's not the Don Javier that I'm talking about. It's my brother-in-law. His name is Javier. Don is a sign of respect. So he's called Don Javier as a shaman, a sorcerer, a babalawo on the wall. I was on family vacation with him one time. An extended family, was there, and somebody was on that trip who tended to be angry very often. And this is probably because he stays up late. Don Javier doesn't even really start talking, air quote, until, meaning imparting wisdom and guidance and all this kind of stuff till really the wee hours of the morning. I mean, it's very usual for me to be with him, as I was last night, until, 4 or 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, starting from the night before. But he was sitting talking to somebody, and she was getting in her anger about certain things and the way people were being and her expectations and all of this. And he said to her, he goes, you are in your anger, and you get in your anger a lot. And she said, and I like her. I mean, I've always liked her. She said in a very sweet voice, no, I'm not angry. And even in her tone of voice, there was not a self-denial, but a lack of self-realization and an ability to see herself. And that many of us would experience her as angry quite often. Often. But if you ask her, are you an angry person? She would say, no, I'm not an angry person at all. And what Don Javier said to her is that, yes, you are angry, and you're angry quite often, but yet the anger has become a habit for you. And because it's become a habit, you get into your anger, number one, not knowing that you're doing it, and secondly, not even recognizing when you are in anger because you're in the habit of being in anger.